Hey guys, it's AC here, and welcome to Top 10 Tuesday. And we'll be doing our top 10 favorite films from the 1970s.
That's right. We had the 40s, 50s, 60s, and now we're already on the 70s. At this rate,
I believe,
we're
is
going to
it?
be maybe by the end of the month or beginning of February, we'll be finished with all the decades.
Yeah.
Because we won't do won't do this current decade. I don't know, the 2020s. Is that what we'll call it?
Oh yes,
Got the
2020s.
2010s, and then 2020s, I guess. But
Crazy.
we won't do that. We may do that in 2029 if we still have, if YouTube's still a thing, people still care about. We'll do the 2020s and 2029. How about that?
Oh yeah, that'll be great.
All right. So we'll get started with number 10. Number 10.
Yeah.
Barry Lyndon from 1975. This is my second favorite Stanley Kubrick movie that he's ever done. And I don't love Stanley Kubrick like other people. Some people will say he's the best director ever. I'm not one of those, but he's made two masterpieces in my opinion. I don't love, like, Doctor Strangelove in 2001: A Space Odyssey. I say are some of the most overrated films of all time. But Barry Lyndon is his most underrated movie of all time. It seems boring. It's a period piece from, let me see when it's from the 19 not 19 like the 1700s. No, 18th century, 1700s. You think, oh, this is boring, put me to sleep. And it's over 3 hours long, but let me tell you, it keeps your attention the whole time. There isn't a pointless scene. All scenes are meaningful. And this, usually I'm not a big historical drama period piece movie if it's longer than 2 hours. But this is one of the exceptions. This is great. It's on HBO Max now. Check it out if you haven't already. I have a Criterion Collection copy because HBO Max, they didn't have it originally, but now they have it. So check it out on there. You won't regret it.
Alright guys, my number 10 is Snowball Express with Dean Jones, Nancy Austin, Harry Morgan, and Keenan Wynn. And and Dick Van Patten and George Lindsay. And it's a great film to watch, especially when it snows outside. We all watched as a family during family movie night last February when we had about a week's worth of snow, and it's a great one to watch. Doesn't matter if it's winter or not, but anyway, it's a great film to watch. Everyone, let's wake up AJ after three. 1, 2, 3, wake up AJ!
Oh, thanks for waking me up. I have a feeling I'll be doing that more.
Keep
Some of
on,
the movies I think he's gonna have on this.
and everyone, keep eye on AJ, and if he falls asleep, you let me know and call AJ out, and we'll wake him up as many times as possible. Hopefully
that movie isn't terrible. It's
hopefully
just,
doesn't happen, guys.
it's just forgettable. Another forgettable live action Disney movie. It's not terrible, but it's not that good either. Now, number 9. I'll do what AC did.
You're
A
right.
little, whatever. I won't do that until number 1 or 2. But Network from 1976. And I hinted at this movie in my 50s list when I ranked 12 Angry Men as the best movie of the 1950s and the best movie of all time, depending on my mood. But this is his second best movie. This is, in a weird way, not almost as good. It's not as good, but it's really good. It comes close at times to matching 12 Angry Men. And it's a, I don't know if you can watch it, but it's a nice black comedy. It's talking about the news and how the news can manipulate people and how money and greed and how power gets to people's heads. And you should check it out. This all-star cast too. Like it says, Faye Dunaway, William Holden, Peter Finch, Robert Duvall, and more as well. Check it out. And it's kind of, and this was back in the 70s when they thought the news was manipulating people.
It is way more than
it's
these
worse
days.
now. I can't imagine.
Way worse.
I kind of like to see a remake now, but or maybe I wouldn't want to. But this is a masterpiece. This is a really good movie, and I'm assuming you haven't seen this movie, have you?
You know what?
You haven't seen any of the movies so far.
I've heard of this, but somehow I haven't seen it.
Well, here you go. We need to watch it. after this video.
We'll see about that.
All right, we'll
Let's
see.
Let's wait and see.
Yeah.
Number 9 for me. Okay, it's Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, which stars country music singer Chris Crawfordson, folk singer Bob Dylan, Ben Johnson.
Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's in it.
Yeah, Bob Dylan's in it. Yeah, Bob Dylan's in it. Ben Johnson, Slim Pickens, and much more.
Please don't tell me Bob Dylan sings in this movie.
I believe
His
might.
voice is terrible.
I'm not. Well,
He's been the butt of many jokes over the years.
that was in 1973, though.
He's a great songwriter, but his vocals, man, they're terrible.
Well, when he does, his vocals are not bad when he does his polka music.
What? Polka music?
He has polka music.
Oh, okay.
He used to do polka music many decades ago.
Oh, okay.
But-
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna check it out later. I haven't seen that Western, right? Is it a
Oh,
Western? I haven't
It
seen
is a Western. Yeah,
I haven't seen it. Will I ever watch it?
I doubt it.
Probably
Knowing
not.
AJ,
Probably not. Unless you make me watch it for movie night. But
you'll have to wait and see. I might pick it one day.
Okay. All right. Number 8. I'm doing mine. I'm not doing like AC. Number 8 is Paper Moon from the early 70s. And rest in peace to the director of Paper Moon, Peter Bogdanovich. He just passed away recently, I think last week. Rest in peace to him. I already had this on my list when I made the list a few weeks ago. But this is a nice, simplistic movie. It's set during the Great Depression, and just check it out. It's set in Kansas, and they filmed all around Kansas. And this is a good Depression. It's simple. It's nice and short. So if you want a shorter movie, I think it's an hour and a half maybe, or a little over an hour and a half, it's a good movie to check out. I recommend it. And it's on Amazon Prime right now if you're wanting to watch it. So, Prime Video and Peter Bogdanovich tribute to him. If you want to watch that movie, since it's the only movie of his I've seen. I haven't seen any of his other movies, but that's a good one to start with.
Okay, everyone.
It's
Mine?
Paper Moon, by the way. I already said that, right? Yeah.
Okay, everyone. My number 8 is Charlie and the Angel with Fred MacMurray, Cloris Leachman, Kurt Russell, Kathleen Cody, Harry Morgan, and George Lindsay. And this was the last Disney movie that Fred MacMurray made during his 14 years at Disney. But he made one other movie, which is called The Swarm, that came out in 1978. And I can't believe AJ's sleeping. And thank everyone for telling me. 1, 2, 3, wake up, AJ.
Oh my gosh, that's probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. Was it Harry Morgan as the Angel?
Yes.
Another Great Depression movie. It was not intentional. I haven't seen his list, but number 8, we both have Great Depression set movies. That is one of the worst movies I've seen in my life. Fred MacMurray is phoning it in. Kurt Russell, everyone in the movie's phoning it in. The quality's crap. It might as well be a TV movie, even though it is. I can't believe it was released in theaters in 1973.
It might have been. I'm not even sure if it was released in theaters.
Oh, you don't even know that.
I think it was released in theaters. Yes.
Yeah, it's. Harry Morgan, your one wish. Or is that what he says?
Yes.
Like
yeah.
You have some bad things in there. It's Fred MacMurray doing his happy-go-lucky persona, but it's not even charming.
It still is charming, AJ.
Yeah. Oh, I've screwed up in life. Oh, well, I've been a crappy father and a crappy husband. Well, you get your wish. It's pretty bad. It's supposed to make you feel emotional and make you relate to it. I don't care about any of the characters in the movie. I don't even care that his business he went bankrupt. I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't give a crap about that movie.
Yeah,
I hate that movie.
Yeah, Edward Andrews was Fred MacMurray's character's bank manager. He was also in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't care. So don't check it out. And
it's not on Disney Plus.
it is, or
it's not on Disney
yeah,
Plus.
because it's so bad. Disney wants you to forget about it.
Well, they have millions of other Disney films.
He has the DVD copy. And that was hard to find. for a reason, because AC's the only one that remembers the movie.
Well,
And then
there are
couple-
other people. There are
and
other
maybe
people in
the
their
act-
60s and 70s
Yeah.
remember it.
Just pretty much don't watch it. Unless you want to watch one of the worst Disney movies.
Unless you're
ever.
bored.
Yeah.
I say unless you're bored, nothing else to watch, check it out if you want to, but you don't have to.
Alright. Number 7 is Badlands, directed by Terrence Malick. And this is, I think it's the only Terrence Malick movie I've seen, but it was a great movie. It's about a killing spree, a man and his girlfriend, then wife. It's not for everybody, that's for sure, but I really liked it. It's another shorter movie, and it's low budget at the time because Terrence Malick wasn't big yet, but he was gonna get big later on with some of his other movies. But it's not for everybody. It's on HBO Max. Good movie.
Okay.
Some people may be too depressing for some, but I liked it. That's my number 7. What's your number?
My number 7 is The Sackets. Tom Selleck, Sam Elliott, Glenn Ford, Slim Pickens, Ben Johnson, and Jack Elam. It came out in 1979, guys.
Mm-hmm. Yep. My number 6. Number 6 is Jaws from 1975. The first masterpiece that Steven Spielberg ever made in his career. And it's not my favorite Steven Spielberg. He had so many great movies, but it's at least my top 10, if not top 5. Have you seen Jaws before?
I don't believe so. It looks pretty bad, unfortunately.
I was skeptical too. I thought it'd be one of the most overrated movies. I think it's gonna be overrated. I don't get the hype. The hype is warranted. It's really good. Man, you should check it out. I wouldn't recommend the sequels. I haven't seen them, but just from the trailers, I could just tell it's not good. Most of you've probably seen Jaws. If not, watch it. I was one of the ones that watched it later in life. I didn't watch it when I was 8 years old. I watched it a year and a half ago. But that's my number 6. What is your number?
Okay, everyone. My number 6 is The Barefoot Executive with Kurt Russell, Joe Flynn, Harry Morgan, and Wally Cox. It came out in 1971.
All right. Number 5. Halfway through. A New Hope from 1977. Or if you're around that time, you call it Star Wars. But this is a great start to one of the best franchises of all time. One of my personal favorites. There have been plenty of ups and plenty of downs, but this was the perfect start to the phenomenon known as Star Wars. And it's led to so many things that have positively impacted my life. And did you know, George Lucas, pretty sure, I'll double check, that George Lucas, oh wait, never mind, that's Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I was going to say he didn't direct the movie, but I think this is the only Star Wars movie in the original trilogy that he directed, because he didn't direct Empire Strikes Back or Return of the Jedi. This is, I don't know what hasn't been said about this movie. This is part of one of the best trilogies of all time. And it introduces us to Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, and we get reacquainted with Harrison Ford and, of course, Alec Guinness. Harrison Ford had already been in American Graffiti at that time as a minor character, but this is what brought him, this movie made him a superstar. It made all these actors a superstar. Alec Guinness already was a big figure in the UK, and he was in Lawrence of Arabia and some other, and I think The Bridge on the River Kwai, if I'm not mistaken, he was in that as well. But this is great. I don't have anything else to say. I'd be surprised if you haven't seen this. Another one that most people have seen. If you haven't, check it out. What are you doing with your life?
Okay. My number
5.
5, yes. Number 5. The Prize Fighter with Tim Conway, Don Knotts.
That was from the 80s,
That was from
1980.
1979, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're thinking of a different movie.
Yeah.
And this is one of the best boxing movies I've ever seen. One of the best, in my opinion.
I haven't seen it myself, but
you'll love
you
it.
make me laugh.
You'll love it, AJ.
I love it.
Yes. Yep. They should.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes, AJ.
What boxing movie from the 1970s is better, Rocky or The Prize Fighter?
I say The Prize Fighter.
I knew it.
Well, Tim Conway, Don Knotts make it fun.
You know who should have played Sylvester Stallone's character?
Who?
Don Knotts should have been. He should have
Yeah.
played Rocky, and life would be so much better.
Well, yeah. I bet he was.
Or Fred McMurray should have played it, knowing your logic.
Well,
That's AC High logic.
yeah.
When it
Well,
comes to-
I don't know if Frank Murray would have been great at it or not, but
Yeah,
I've seen more Don.
I don't think he could have done the boxing scenes that he was probably pushing his set. He was probably 70 or
Fred McMurray was like late 60s, early 70s when it
he was
came out.
68 when the first Rocky came out.
Yeah,
But,
and I think Don Knotts would have been fine, and Tim Conway would have been his team partner.
mm-hmm.
But I bet it was very expensive to have both of them in the studio.
Yeah, right.
Could have been.
Right.
Well, they probably had to do other films too.
Right.
Yes.
Adrian! I can't imagine. Adrian! I can't
Yes.
imagine Don not saying,
Yes.
Adrian! It would have been so much better.
It'll be like 10 times. It'll be 100 times
Adrian,
funnier.
over here! It would
Yes.
have been so much better Don not saying that.
Yes, it'll be funny.
I'm kidding, obviously. AC's serious.
I am serious, guys. Not kidding you
I'm
all.
kidding. But number 4 is Taxi Driver from 1976, starring the great Robert De Niro and 13-year-old Jodie Foster. And this, if you haven't seen Taxi Driver and you've seen Joker, this is this was the original Joker from 2019, and it was done better too. Not saying I don't like Joker from 2019. It was a good movie, but it was pretty much copy and paste. It was disguised as a superhero movie. But Taxi Driver is great. I would watch if you haven't already. It's not rewatchable per se, but I'd say watch it. Martin Scorsese's great direction by him. His best movie of the 1970s. Just one of his first masterpieces of more to come in the decades. Which you'll probably hear about some of them in the upcoming videos. So that is my number 4.
Okay, my number 4 is Apple Dumpling Gang Rise Again with Tim Conway and Don Knotts, Harry Morgan, Jack Elam, Kenneth Mars, Tim Matheson, and Alyssa Davalos and Ruth Buzzy. It's a sequel to the Apple Dumpling Gang, which was made back in mid-70s, but they made a sequel in 1979, and I wish they could have done a third one maybe in the early mid-80s, but
they're probably getting too old.
Well,
because they quit doing comedies in the 80s or early 80s.
Well, they did Tim and Don did
Private Eyes, their last movie together.
Oh.
In starring roles.
Yes.
Starring roles.
Yes, that's right. But
I know they had a cameo in an 80s movie.
In a mid-80s movie
what was it called?
Cannonball Run 2.
Yeah, Cannonball Run 2. I knew they had a cameo in that.
They both did some animated work together in about 2005, 2006.
Were they in SpongeBob? Was that? No, that wasn't.
Ernest
Borgnine and Tim Conway. It wasn't Don Knotts and Tim. Okay, thank you.
They made some B movies in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Tim and Don did.
Yep. Number 3, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest from 1974, and this is one of the best movies of all time. This is probably, I'd say 4 through 10 were not definitive, but I'd say 1 through 3 are definitive. These are my top 3 movies of the 70s. Catch Me on a Different Day, 4 through 10 would be different order maybe, but number 3 One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Jack Nicholson career high. We see some familiar faces that we'd get to know later on in the 80s and 90s. Do you know those familiar names?
Oh, on the
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito.
Yeah, Danny DeVito. Yep.
Matt.
And what was the other? Yeah.
Matt. I'll
and
tell
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah.
Yeah, Christopher Lloyd. Matt. Tell you one more.
Sure.
Oh, Scatman Crothers is in.
Yeah. Yeah, him and Jack collaborated again on The Shining in 1980.
Yeah.
Which I like this better than The Shining, in my opinion. Some people may disagree, but this is... I watched it twice. I watched it... I'd read the book in school. I had to read it in my AP English class. I really liked the book. The book was really good. I liked the book better than the movie. That just shows you how good the book was. The movie was fantastic. Missed a few parts of the book that I felt like should have been included, but it didn't hurt the movie. It was still great. But it was, I'd say, best Jack Nicholson movie, best movie of 1974. Check it out if you haven't already. What do you think about that movie?
I give it it's so. I'd say probably 6 out of 10.
And I forgot to ask you about A New Hope. I know you've seen that movie.
Star
Wars from 1977.
It was alright.
What do you give it?
I'd say a 7.
Okay. Now that's my number 3. What is your number 3, AC?
Just a second, everyone. Okay, my number 3 is The Strongest Man in the World with Kurt Russell.
You're looking at The Strongest Man in the World right here. AC Honey, he's the strongest man in the world right here.
You're right, guys. With Joe Flynn, Phil Silvers, and Cesar Romero, and James Gregory, and check out my latest one of my latest TikToks.
And you'll put the TikTok on screen, right?
Yes, I will. I will put it on screen eventually. I did my most recent movie Monday, and I showed you guys. And I gave you a few exercise tips, and and
look as fit as him. Then I'd take those are good exercise tips.
Yes, but seriously, it's a great movie to watch.
Okay, now number two. Before I reveal it, I think most of you already know what number 1 and 2 are going to be. Whisper in my ear what you think my 1 and 2 are going to be. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Number 2. Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses? Any guesses? Oh, we put it through here? Okay.
If you want to.
Oh, people already saw. Godfather 2 is number 2 on my 1970s. And I'll also reveal my number 1. Number 1, sometimes I think one of the best movies of all time. Godfather 1, Godfather 2. This is number 2 on the 70s. This is number 1 on the 70s. What do I have to say about it? There's nothing to say. That is some of the best movies ever. Both in my top 5 movies of all time. Like, really, you need to watch this. I know the time slots may turn you off, but just take some time out. Take time out of your day, check it out. You'll be in for a treat. I know AC loves Godfather, right?
I don't, unfortunately.
He hates Godfather.
Yes. What the heck were those people thinking on the casting? What the heck were they thinking, guys?
Yeah, what were they thinking? Well, what are you thinking? What do you think about the... Who would you cast in Marlon Brando's role instead?
If I was alive in that time, I would have casted...
If you were Francis Ford Coppola, what would you do?
I would have had Jack Lemmon. I'll have Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau team up, so
you're saying So Jack Lemmon would be Marlon Brando's role. Okay.
Yes. Walter Matthau.
Walter Matthau would be Al Pacino's role?
Yes.
That's supposed to be his son. I don't think that'd work.
No, that's... Oh.
Walter Matthau could play... he could play one of the villains or something.
Yes.
But who would play Al Pacino's role?
I say either. Let me see here. I say either Kurt Russell or Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford would have been.
Come on.
Too bad.
Come on.
Now Kurt Russell would have been.
He's young. He was young at the times. He was young, so I'm trying. So they could have had Harrison Ford as one of the roles.
You could have been in one of the roles.
Yeah.
You would have been phenomenal.
Yes.
That's my number 2, Godfather 2. Number 1 is the first Godfather. Give us your number 2, and then your number 1. We'll wrap.
Okay, guys. Number 2, $1 Million Duck with Dean Jones, Sandy Duncan, Joe Flynn, Tony Roberts, Lee Montgomery, James Gregory, Hal Smith, Ted Jordan, and Bing Russell. And this came out in 1971, and every night Dean Jones, Bing Russell, and Joe Flynn, because they previously worked with each other. They worked together in The Love Bug in 1969, and it's a good whack smoke crackers movie. Whoovy quack quack, and I give it 10 out of 10, and one of the best movies Disney made during that time. Oh man, oh no, AJ sleep, everyone. Want to wake him up? After 3. 1, 2, 3, wake up, AJ!
Oh, that movie was bad. It wasn't as bad as
Charlie and the Angel.
Yeah, Charlie and the Angel. But it's not good. Oh gosh, it was just so bad. Not that good.
Okay,
I
guys.
wouldn't watch it, but...
I'll be doing my number 1, then we're gonna sign off. Number 1.
Any guesses?
You might already know what my number 1 will be, but you will find out in just a moment. Okay, you're right, everyone. Apple Dumpling Gang,
Yep.
starring Bill Bixby, Susan Clark, Don Knotts, and Tim Conway, and Harry Morgan, and Slim Pickens, and Bing Russell. And I think it was my favorite Disney movie during the 1970s, and
It's not too bad.
yes,
I don't love it like he does, but I probably like it more out of nostalgia than what the movie really is.
and check it out. And guys, if you want to see it, if you want to see the movie, or if you've never seen it before, check it out on Disney Plus. Check the first one, and if you like that, go on and check out the Apple Dumpling Gang Rise again, like I told y'all about it earlier, and check out those movies on Disney Plus. But if you like the first one, go see the second one, please, and thank you.
Are you okay, Theodore?
Tim said, and Tim Collins said, "Are you okay, Theodore?" in the sequel.
Yeah. And I thought of this right now. But this is the first top 10 of this series that we had 20 unique movies. Usually we had at least 1 or 2 movies that we both had on our list, but all the movies were different, right?
Yes.
We had all 10 movies are different, so there you go. We have plenty of movies to watch if you haven't already seen them, or rewatch. But take some of AC's picks with a grain of salt, unless you have similar tastes to him. But there you go. That's our 70s.
Thank you all for enjoying the video. Like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and please comment down below and tell me what your favorite top 10 movies from the 1970s are.
Yep.
Keep going and growing, guys.
Happy wiggling.
And keep on wiggling,
Yep,
everyone.
See you guys.
See you guys.